The skipper, Mike Shildt, is sitting down and joining us here on 97.3 The Fan. Skip, it's good to see you in person. Been enjoying everything we've seen so far. Welcome to Ben & Woods.
Yeah, welcome, guys. Good to see you here
good to
live
see
and in person.
Yep. What are you working on there?
I got
it's
a
very
little
green
shade. It's very green. It does look healthy, right?
It does look
this
healthy.
Is my stab at.
Is that the Oreo Shamrock shake from McDonald's? Is that no?
Yeah, I would wish so. This is my illusion of health.
I get it. So you just have to kind of grin and bear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get it down.
No doubt.
And then be done with it.
Just knock it down, feel good about it, and then go on to my cheeseburger lunch.
Exactly. Well, we enjoyed seeing you. We a little late for us to get out to spring training this year, but we kind of wanted to do that too, just to kind of see how everybody settled in and to see if there were going to be additions, subtractions, whatever. But nice to get the first dub out of the way. I know they don't count. We were just talking about it, but you want to get that first one out of the way.
Hey, they keep score. You always want to win.
100%.
We don't want to overreact, and of course we don't want to underreact ever to anything, but especially spring training.
Yeah.
It's a time just to acclimate. There's a lot of acclimation taking place with everything. Quite candidly, we have a fairly new staff. Clearly I'm in a new position, and there's a feeling out process, and there's processes being put in that just candidly take some time. And so I'm excited about the steps we're taking, but we're going fast as slowly as possible.
How has spring training changed from your first spring training?
You know what? It's eerily similar.
Is it?
Different moving parts relative to relationships and people. In St. Louis, there was more established relationship, been there for 100 years, and so that part was easier. Here, it's about continuing to build the relationships. It would have been a real challenge coming in cold.
Yeah.
But having the relationships, having the off season, once the job got established, and once the staff got established, to start to create these processes, these nuances of how we're gonna put things together. Because we listen, I don't want to minimize how anybody does anything relative to the game of baseball, but we want to make things simple and actionable. But there's a lot of complexities in this game. And mastering and working on all of them takes time.
Yeah.
And so I'm pleased where we're at. We got a ways to go. Most important thing to wrap up the question, though, is we have a group of players in our clubhouse that are willing to run the race with us, and it starts there.
The evaluation process, as you're kind of going through, I'm just curious how you kind of plan it out. Like so far, and I'm sure this will change a little bit, but the home games, we've seen a little more of the veterans in a lineup, like today. When you've gone on the road yesterday, you've taken some more of the younger players, making it on a bus all the way to Mesa, Arizona. That'll change, I imagine, a little bit as spring goes on and you get more of a mix of those players together.
It will change. I mean, you're always going to be deferential. There's a rightful pecking order of, when guys have their time, whether they travel or not. And people earn not taking that bus trip in spring training and being able to stay back. But it's never the sacrifice of getting the work or the at-bats. Our schedule actually works out fairly favorably, where we can take care of our guys that, keep them at home, keep them fresher, and create those opportunities you mentioned relative to the, which are quite a few. We've got a lot of openings, and so those guys get the chance to, at home and on the road to go and compete and do it. But, we try to put the schedule with a lot of different things in mind.
We talked to Sugar earlier today, and we asked him, this is definitely your first camp where you've come in and you have a shot. I mean, you have a shot to win a starting job potentially. And he said he put in the work in the off season, but we also asked him how difficult it is knowing that there's guys always breathing down your neck. And I'm sure it's like that for, even guys that make $25, $30 million. There's always somebody coming up that can maybe do it a little cheaper and a little bit younger. It's tough. It's a tough thing. Do you see a lot of leadership from guys like Sugar helping those young guys out, guys like Tatis, and kind of shepherding them along?
Yeah, at its best, that's what it looks like. And I am starting to see that. That's a very, very unique thing to have happen and challenging because – and it's also something I'm used to. And it's when it's at its best, that's what it is. When you are encouraging the next guy that has a chance to take your job and share your experiences to help him be a better version of himself in a team setting, that's when you're really clicking. And I'll tell you a quick story. I won't tell too many stories from my past, but I have some pretty good ones.
We love stories.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
it's like our favorite thing.
All right. So story time.
Yeah.
All right. So, I ran minor league camp for years over in St. Louis, and I would always get the guys, Tony would speak and Albert and Holiday, et cetera. So I got Albert to speak one year. And so, there's all the minor league camp, all the position players. And he's talking. And first of all, he said, how long are you going to talk? I talk 15 minutes. Okay, great. Well, we're 45 minutes into it later. And it's fantastic. It's like pure,
riveting.
Absolute riveting gold, hitting, how to go about things, how to think about setting up pictures. It's just fantastic stuff. And he pours into them, and he gets done. And everybody asks questions, interactive. It was fantastic. And so we get done with it, and he turns to me, goes, hey guys, I know you guys want to come to the big leagues. And he goes, there's only at the time 25-man roster. And he said, Shildt, how many guys we got here? I'm like, I don't know, 80, 85 guys. He goes, all of you are coming, and I try to help you because I want you to be a big leaguer and get the most out of your God-given ability. Everybody's like, yeah, this is great. And he says, I'm going to tell you one last thing. You will never take my job. And it was absolutely fantastic because he sat there for 45 minutes. I saw him do it. He'd take guys out for dinners. He'd sit in the cages, and he would just share. He went down with Matt Adams at first base when he was in A-ball because he knew this guy's going to come up and help us, which he did.
He did.
A couple times. And he went down there for 45 minutes, went eye wash with the kendo, and worked on all the different things at first base. And I can give you a lot of different examples, but you get the point. And he worked with them, but he wasn't going to.
No.
But that's how this game works. It's pure competition if somebody's always coming after your job.
I love it.
And sharing somebody to share to take that's going to have a chance to take it from you, pretty impressive.
I know, Cardinals are rooted in history, but how much have you been able to lean on some of the Padres legends? I know Trevor Hoffman has been here, and some of the similar things that they can impart on some of the young players.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because, again, I hesitate to mention anything too much of my past. I think the story's entertaining, but I'm more about embracing and creating what we're going to do here in San Diego, not for the short term, but not only for the short term, but for the long term. So, we have legacy players here. We have legacy people here, and continuing because they have been. Trevor Hoffman is a legacy.
He's unreal.
He's unreal. He's. We talk about Peter Sile. We talk about best in class. Trevor Hoffman is best in class.
Period. Yeah.
Period. In a sentence.
Yep.
So he's in camp as he typically has been. And now there's a continuing encouragement, not that he needs it, but also intentionality from my part to make sure he's included, involved, sharing his wisdom, because that's where the exponential growth comes from. The Trevor Hoffmans, the Glenn Hoffmans who's around, the Mark Lorettas, I want to see P back more, the Randy Joneses, all these guys, we got Alan Craig, AJ Ellis, Craig Stamen is in more of an official capacity, but all these guys that have the experiences, love the Padres, and can share and grow our players it's really important to our organization.
Now you brought up dinner a minute ago, and then we're going to try to get together for a meal. Well, what's your preference? What do you like?
I am dominating Chipotle right now.
Okay.
Wow.
We can do better. It's on the company.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
do you like P.F. Chang's?
I love P.F. Chang's.
Right.
Yeah.
P.F. Chang's. Do that.
Yeah.
Sounds
Great.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's
fantastic.
I know.
Sorry,
they're all waiting for you over there. We like the power of holding you and making them
fair.
all wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
For the manager's time.
We're still early. There you go. You got plenty of
Oh,
time.
good.
Are we?
Okay.
Well, as long as you're still here. I heard Rob Manfred was here today.
Yeah,
did you get to talk to him at all?
I did. I asked
Did you
him.
scream at him or anything?
Yeah.
I didn't. I was very polite. That office has been good to me. They have taken my money in the past a little bit.
Sure.
But rightfully so.
Fine.
All right,
Yeah,
you don't have to share what goes. I just wanted. Did someone ask him about the pants? Did anyone bring up the pants?
No, it was not a
You haven't
pants.
gotten your pants yet.
We haven't gotten our pants yet.
Yeah, that's fair. So we'll reserve judgment.
Oh my God.
But we are grateful to have them.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Exactly.
true. Yeah.
Make sure the boys wear sliders. Underneath. There's some things out on the
It's a family show.
out on the internet.
Yeah, it's a family show. But no, the commissioner was great. I really appreciate the fact that he's willing to come in and speak to the group.
Sure.
And the room's the room. It'll stay in the room. But just him coming in, I think it's healthy for him to be able to have dialogue with the players. I think that's important.
I noticed he ducked us, so I'm not surprised. He didn't want
come
that
right
smoke
by
this
here.
morning. So,
Whisked him in and out.
Whisked him out the other way.
Yeah, no,
smart.
yeah.
Very smart.
Right.
Smart move on their part.
I got checked into a wall by a security guy, but it's okay.
Awesome.
I'm a tough guy.
Well, let's let him get.
Yeah,
to his
Mike.
media.
We
We'll
look
do
forward
dinner.
to following the journey along with you this season. It's good to talk to you in person, and
yeah,
we'll be here for the next couple of days. So feel free to say hi anytime you walk on by.
I absolutely will.
Mike Shildt.